Hello everybody, this is going to be a world exclusive live stream look at Pocket Rockets for the Xbox. The game has been provided to me by Entity3, so thank you to them. The achievements are to complete all 60 levels. So I'm guessing, yeah, we can modify our rockets once we get coins and things. Don't know if they fly differently. Now we don't need to get stars, we literally just need to complete the levels, as you see here. I'm the first person in the world to play this, so okay, have to thrust, okay. Okay, we do have limited fuel, okay. Okay, that seems simple enough. So we could grind coins, theoretically. It seems simple enough. Okay, we don't have to get all the coins. So we can not hit things. So it's like Lunar Lander, but we can't hit shit. At all. Oh, it seems very generous with how it allows us to put it down. Okay. Oh, okay. Can we use the D-pad instead? No, it is fully left stick. Oh, that's a bit dodgy. I don't like that. If you got a I have a feeling if you have a drifty joystick, you're not going to like this. A drifty L stick, I mean. God, it's very, very sensitive. Said this comes out on August the 8th. I have got world exclusive of it, as I said, because Entity 3 does like hearing my opinions and if anything needs to be fixed or adjusted before release. So we have that. I'm going to keep trying. Okay, I've kind of got a plan here. So we can tap diagonally. Right, right, let's learn. Can we pick up these fuel canisters? Yes, we can. Okay, so the fuel canisters aren't explodey, they are pick-uppy. They're pickups. I don't like how we have to feather the up. I was like, I would rather direct. I would rather direct with the movement and then adjust the power with the triggers. That's what I would rather do. So, Entity, I know you're listening. Perhaps offer an alternate control scheme, maybe? Because it's very titchy. Okay, so the fuel dirt seems to go quite a bit. Okay, so I said I am ignoring the coins now just to see. Okay, so it doesn't want to go fully left. Or fully right. Oh, that's harsh. Okay, so this is what happens when I hold fully left on the left stick. So it will only go. It feels like you need to feather it if you want to move to the side. So yeah, I would say that's a trap. Alternately, I would say perhaps consider different forms of movement. I mean, admittedly, we only need to complete the levels. We don't need to actually get coinage. I don't like how you have to feather to go very, very small amounts sidewards. I feel that that's... I feel that it's a bit... I don't know. It doesn't feel quite right to me. Like with the movement. Because it seems to be limited quite considerably. God, we got lasers now. Brilliant. It tries to always be vertical. Now, if you're thinking of games such as... Oh, bloody hell. If you're thinking of games like Lunar Lander, or... oh, what's the other one that I'm thinking of? Oh, God, what was it called? It was like Lunar Lander, but it was in space. It was Mars Caverns, I think it might have been called. Something like that. They were much more... what's the word I'm looking for? Generous with the... Because this is very tight. I don't know, maybe the rocket needs to be a little smaller, perhaps. I don't know. I mean, because we are trying to do it with the default rocket, admittedly. And I know there was different shaped rockets, wasn't there? Also, that buzzing is really horrible. I would consider removing that buzz. Oh, I thought that was going to go. That didn't work well, did it? Okay, so here's what I'm thinking. There needs to be... if you ever played Lunar Lander, you know what I'm thinking. What I'm about to try and say next. Instead of there just being a single point of thrust, which is below the rocket, there needs to be some slight... there needs to be one for the left and right side of the rocket for sideways movements, like that's right in the middle of the rocket, so that you can push it further sidewards. Now, what you could do with that is you could maybe make it work with the left triggers for a side thrust. So whichever way you're trying to go, if you want to go right and you're holding right, using left trigger would thrust you to the right, like horizontally, and if you're holding left, then thrusting it to the left would work. I feel that having a single point of propulsion, i.e. at the bottom of the rocket, makes this game far more unwieldy. And that's assuming you've got a controller that doesn't have drift. If you've got drift on a controller, good fucking luck playing this. Maybe you could also have a shield which allows you one hit, and it'll just bump you to the middle of wherever the area you are at. I don't know. It's very, very temperamental. I'm having to constantly feather and adjust. It's very, very hard as well, because with the single directional propulsion, it's not nice. Like if you're having to go in a zigzag like we are here, you have to do... It's very, very temperamental with the movement that it wants you to do. I don't like it. Okay, it looks like you can land on the rocket on the pad at any speed though, and it'll be all right. Noted. Oh, first fucking try, baby. That was not first try. I mean, maybe you could have upgrades, like in like some sort of shop or something, which would allow you to, bollocks, which would allow you to like, have a one-hit shield, or buy side boosters, or make your rocket, I don't know, 30% smaller. I don't know. And don't get me wrong, I like it, but it feels like I'm trying to drive a car on ice with inflatable wheels, like rubber with like pool rings as wheels. That's what it feels like. And also, the feathering seems to take a lot of fuel. And it's like, that doesn't make sense to me. Like, every time you feather, it nudges a bit of your fuel off. That needs to be looked at as well, I think. Because, I mean, you have to feather for this game. There's no question about it. Bollocks. So you have to feather for this game. You have to. But a single feather seems to take as much fuel as a full charge, which just doesn't make sense. I hope there's another fuel canister. Oh, first fucking try, baby. Through that segment, anyway. So don't get me wrong, I like it. But it doesn't feel quite right, especially with the I mean, look how quickly my fuel went down by feathering there. That's just not realistic. Like, just tiny bursts taking, I don't know what, 3-4% of each time I feather. Like, that shouldn't be happening. Especially with how titchy the controls are. You want people to feather. Otherwise they're just going to zip into a mountain. So either decrease the amount of feathering, decrease the amount of fuel that feathering takes, or increase the level of the fuel. And I think and don't get me wrong, I am fully aware that side propulsion would completely change the game. I'm fully aware of that. But with how the control scheme is, using the left stick and not being able to use the D-pad either, as a thought as well. So you're basically having to use feathering on what is effectively a controller, on a controller dead zone around the center of the locational position of the L stick. It's going to be very, very frustrating to people who don't have a perfect Hall effect joystick. And I mean, I would say that this is probably a game that you are going to need Hall effect sticks on a controller. So, you know, that's going to count out actual Xbox controls. It's going to count out the Elite controllers, because I don't believe they have them. It's going to count out the majority of third-party controllers. I mean, I'm lucky. I've got a GameSir controller. GameSir G7, which has Hall effect joysticks. And, by the way, best controller I've ever used for an Xbox. It's not even close. But even with me using that, to feather, it's still very, very sensitive, as you can see. It's like, it feels like it's far more sensitive than it needs to be, because I was just tapping it and look how quickly I went up into the rock. Like, a simple up tap does this, right? So the sensitivity needs to be looked at without a shadow of a doubt. Oh, fuck off. What's frustrating to me, right? Sometimes it says go steady on the controls. I'm like, I'm already feathering it. I cannot go steadier. I'm just literally... You can probably hear me tapping the left stick as I'm playing to try and stay alive. Also, I'm glad I'm playing this on my promo account and not my main at the moment, because it could probably get into controller throwing territory. I'm sure a lot of people will also feel that as well. Oh, fuck off. Now we've got to dodge the rocks as well. With only half a tank of fuel, I might add. Okay, can we... I don't have enough coins to change rocket yet. I wonder if that one is a better one than this freaking long boy over here. It's possible, maybe I'm just having issues because I'm using a long rocket. I mean, if the other ones have different physics, or the physics of the rockets do actually work on oh, come on, I didn't touch that. I did not touch that. I said, if the physics of the rocket are literally based on the actual rocket and not just standard across all rockets, and it's not just a it's not just a cosmetic thing, then okay. It's way too sensitive. I'm really struggling here. It's not because it's hard, it's because it's the controls are extremely sensitive. I feel like I'm playing it with boxing gloves just because of how sensitive this is. Like, once you... The problem is, right, you don't even have any sort of reverse thrust. Like, you don't have a downwards thrust, like a reverse thrust. So if you're going towards the thing, there's nothing you can do at all. Right, so look, here's me pressing up, here's me pressing down. So up and down are the same. Down should not be boosting you up. It just shouldn't be. You've got both up and down, which means you've got up and down, meaning thrust, which means it doesn't matter how close you are to left or right. If you're feathering and you accidentally, which you will, push down or up a little bit, it's gonna fuck you. And the first few levels were difficult but fun, but this is now not becoming fun. Becoming not fun. I'm no longer having fun. Because the feathering is... The feathering is taking up way too much fuel, and you have to feather because you don't have sidewards thrust. And because you don't have sidewards thrust, you have to keep feathering it so that you're not zooming off up or down. You have to feather it because you don't have sidewards momentum. Because if I were to hold side, it doesn't matter what I do. If I held side, I would shoot up in a diagonal angle because everything is a fucking thrust vertically or, well, vertically. And that's the problem. There needs to be a sidewards thrust. It's very, very difficult. And because of how sticks work on Xbox controllers, and also on PlayStation controllers, and whilst we're at it, Switch controllers as well, it's very, very titchy. I have no idea where I need to go. At least it saved the fucking coins. That's the furthest I've got so far. Right, so it's down there. Oh, I was actually close to it, was I? Okay, great. Come on, come on. Oh, fuck off. This level is the one that's going to test people. This is going to be the first stumbling block in the game for people. I don't know what level I'm up to. It doesn't feel like it's more than 10, if I'm honest with you. I have no idea what level I'm up to. Genuinely, I do not. This would be where side momentum thrust would be great. Oh, really? Okay, another complaint as well. We should theoretically be able to land on a flat, grassy surface. I can't buy any yet, Doobie. I need 250 coins to get even the cheapest rockets. Fuck off. So, like, I think the rocket should be able to land on a flat, grassy surface to help you adjust. It may take a bit of your fuel, which is fine. Fucking hell. Right. I have an idea. Right. We can choose a level. Right. What was the one that had lots of coins? Or was it 9? No, we're not doing this level. What was the one that had lots of coins? Actually, let's just do the first one, because that had coins, right. Let's get up to 250 coins. We'll keep doing this one. Okay, and then we'll see how it goes once we've got 250. But we'll try the next rocket. Right. Yes, I want to buy that one. He's saying I don't have enough coins when I clearly do. Okay, that was weird. I think I had to disable the other one. Sure, okay, right. Okay, let's try level 15. Oh, I'm actually further than I thought I was. Quarter of the way, right. Okay, well that's much smaller, isn't it? Oh, it's much more sensitive, though. So there's definitely a physics engine in this going. They've definitely got some sort of physics-based calculations going for the ships. Oh God, this is titchy. It's better being smaller though. Oh, for fuck's sake! There needs to be sidewards fucking thrust. Every rocket that has ever been created has had some form of sidewards thrust. Because it's how they land. You just don't wobble your ass and land a rocket, you know? That's not how it works. Also, side note, I wish I could take off that, the overlay texture of those clouds that were covering the fucking environment. Get on there, you bastard. Okay. So that was the first part of that section of levels. Oh, okay, we got metal beams now. Okay, so we're no longer on the planet where we were. Actually, I'll be honest with you, this is probably a good level to grind coins. This is probably a level to grind coins. So level 16 is a level to grind coins. Okay. Oh, we've got things shooting at us now. And I land straight into it. Good job, Dwaggy. Well done. Oh. The lack of sideways momentum on this is legitimately abhorrent. It's horrible that this is the most sideways momentum that I can get. Knew that was going to fucking happen as well. Got a fuel canister up there. Oh, come on! I didn't touch that. I questioned that hitbox, apparently. There needs to be a way to get more sideways momentum. There legitimately does. Because if you accidentally push too hard, you're going into a fucking asteroid or the environment or whatever it is that's near you. And there's nothing you can do about it. So one bad thrust and you're screwed. See what I mean? Drops too quick. Feathering takes too much fuel. Don't get me wrong. I'm liking the game. I am liking the game. But it needs polish. It needs a bit of adjustment with the sensitivity of multiple things. Now, whether they'll change it, I don't know. The devs have already said multiple times that they listen to me for advice before even giving out any other codes to anyone else for Xbox. I'm their first port of call, and I want to make that clear. I am very, very grateful for that. Don't get me wrong. I understand how much trust that means that they put in me. And I'm so pleased that they do. And I count that as a very, very high honour. So I'm probably going to end it soon enough. But I'm going to summarise my feeling. I can't even see if that bloody laser's on because of the red fucking smoke. There needs to be an option. There needs to be an option to turn off the overlaying cloud in the textures or the appearance. Accessibility, I don't care what you want to call it. There needs to be a way to turn these clouds off. Or you could just use your brain and just change the laser. Change the laser colour. Problem solved. Make the laser be a colour that is not the colour of any of the clouds that can go over it. I don't know where the end is. There it is. Right. Okay, let me guess. These spikes are going to fall down, aren't they? Called it! $60. This is an incredibly difficult game with the feather touching. It's far more difficult than Mars Caverns or whatever it was and Lunar Lander. Far more difficult because I'm having to feather, and unlike Lunar Lander and Mars Caverns, you do not have any sidewards momentum at all, or sidewards propulsion. Because you're having to constantly feather the controls. Because look, every time I'm trying to feather sidewards, it's just a propulsion. All it's doing is it's tilting the rocket in a direction and adding upwards thrust. It needs actual sidewards thrust. The fact that I am slowly getting through these, though, is something to say. What level am I up to now? I must be up to like 22 now, yeah? Oh, spot on, 22. Oh, great. Lasers that follow me now. Fantastic. They're all more expensive than the last doobie, look. So you could, but you'd have to grind. Oh, you've got to be joking. Well, I did it. First try. Yeah, that is something I'm going to mention. Lower the price of the rockets. Bollocks. Oh, okay. That, I did not touch the ground. I was watching. At no point did I touch the ground there. Which makes me think it's very, very possible that the rear of the rocket is extended. The hitbox of this rocket is extended further than the actual shape of the rocket is, if that makes sense. I don't believe so. I believe it is a solidly new game because it was on the PlayStation and Switch, and now they're bringing it to Xbox. Come on. There we go. So, I mean, the fact that it's coming to Xbox now makes me think that it's possible that they're probably not going to change anything. But we can hope. Well, that went well. Okay, so look. Here's my point. This is me shooting up. Okay? Look how much fuel I used. Okay? So, what's that? Let's shoot up again. So, we're going to shoot straight up. That's me using 15% of the bar at most. Now, this is what happens if I'm feathering. See? It's more. Oh, you've got to be joking. No, I wouldn't have made them available. I would say you unlock excuse me. You unlock a new rocket every 5 levels. So I think there's, how many is there? There's 60 levels and there's 9 other rockets. So you could say unlock a rocket every 5 levels, or that would work, you know, instead of, but then you wouldn't really have the use for the coins. So maybe the coins could buy some upgrades, like temporary upgrades or something, like a hit barrier, or a coin magnet, or yeah. Sorry, Doobie, I hadn't read your entire message. I read the first sentence and responded to it. So if anything, Entity, that proves that multiple people are thinking what I'm thinking. And this is the worst part. Having to feather and literally wait and waste fuel. Oh, you've got to be fucking joking. Do it my way then. Okay, we got a fuel cap. I really hate these red clouds. There needs to be an option to have those turned off. Oh, come on! Oh, fuck off. The fact that we can't hold sidewards because it would just thrust us up diagonally is horrible. I hate it. I hate that we don't have side thrust in this. I mean, rockets from NASA have had side thrust since 1966, or whenever it was that we landed on the fucking moon. Was 1966, wasn't it? I think it was. I mean, it's only 60 years, give or take. '69 was it? Sorry. Well, still, that's still 56 years. Get on there, my son. Oh, this sounds fun. Really? Get me easy on the controls. Get me easy on the controls. Okay, Entity, remember how I broke your last game? I will look for ways to break this game. I'm just saying. You might have to fire Dave again. Oh, fuck off. See, that right there is why we need side propulsion. The fact that feathering just takes, like, it seems like if you're feathering in a different direction than what you're currently going, it'll take a bit of your fuel. That's what it feels like, and it shouldn't be like that. You know, instead of the rapid laser fire, you could have just put a so it wasn't a constant fucking barrage on the ears. You could have just put a wall there, to be honest, and it would have served the exact same purpose. Yes, we get it, it's a gun. You could have just put a wall there. You could have just put a wall there and it would have served the exact same purpose. So when you're out of fuel, you explode. When you're out of fuel, you explode. With what fuel am I exploding? Entity, you've made me do it. So, Entity, what should have happened there is even if I was out of fuel, the momentum should have carried me into the fuel tank where I would be able to resume control. That's what should have happened. So if you're going to have somebody run out of fuel, that's fine. They lose control until they either crash or they pick up fuel. If there is no fuel, something cannot explode. I'm just going to start a Christmas fire. What are you going to use? Air. I mean, all things considered, the only level that's caused me a problem so far has been level 15, which I think has been brutally unfair. I think level 15 needs to be thickened out a little bit, honestly. Because the uptake in difficulty from that level to the ones before it is far too high, I feel. I'm going to mention that stupid fucking sound. But I'm going to recommend they change that laser to a wall, literally because the sound is awful. So a solid laser would work. Hang on, what level was that? Hang on. Okay, so we're up to level 29 now. Let's see if we can get up to 30. So halfway through. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay. Oh, come on! So you can't thrust down. You can't put reverse thrust. Oh, hang on. He's just sent me a mail. Hang on. Okay. So we're up to... This is level 29. We've established a lot of feedback to give you. Okay, so... do you want me to go through everything that I've come up with so far? Or that we as a group have come up with? Okay, let me see if I can land this first. Oh, I'm going to run out of fuel. Right, That right there. Do not have the player explode when they run out of fuel, because 2 reasons. 1, it doesn't make sense, and 2, it's fucking annoying. Let the craft run out of fuel, but let it either carry on with the momentum that it has, just with no fuel input, until it either crashes or lands on the helipad or whatever it is, the landing pad, or hits a fuel tank, which will give player fuel control. That's the first thing. Because logically, to me, it doesn't make sense. If you're out of fuel, what's causing the explosion? Does that make sense? Okay, right, I've written a list. Right, so level 28, the rapid fire laser. Either turn off the sound of the pew 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 pew, or just change it to a wall. Because you don't need the da 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 in level. Look, I'll show you how annoying it is. Level 28, right? Without me moving, this is what we hear throughout the entire level. It sounds bloody awful, doesn't it? This is the entire level. It's not necessary. Just change it to a wall or something, or like one of those metal dividing beam things that you had in the previous levels. Hang on, let me show you what I mean. So, what I'm suggesting is change that laser to. Well, you don't need to drop them. They're fine for the ones that aren't rapid fire, because it lets the player know that hey, you're being shot at, you know? Well, no, I'm just going through them. So, instead of taking that laser sound out, just change it to those metal girder beams that you have instead. That specific rapid fire laser, just change it to a girder. Yeah. A solid laser beam would also work, but the laser beams do also have sounds which aren't particularly attractive to the ears. Right, so, the next thing, level 15. The difficulty spike for this level, compared to level 14 and the levels below it, is so much higher. I would say, honestly, increase the level size by 20%, I would say. So take the entire level, right, and just boost it by 20% so that the rocket has a little bit more space to move. That's what I would say. So just boost it by 20%. There is a much more important thing that I'm going to get to in a second. Actually, there's multiple important things that I'm going to get to. So I'm sure the people, when I upload this video, would love to know what you think. So yeah, that first segment, the corridor, increase it by about 20%, is what I'm saying. About that, just give a little more space. The next one, please, massively decrease the fuel consumption for feathering. Now, what I mean by feathering, let me just go on to level 1 just to show you what I mean. So, feathering would be when I'm just tapping the button like this. See how quickly the fuel consumption is going down just by me tapping the button. It shouldn't be like that. That's ridiculous. It's going down way too fast just for me feathering. You see? Like it goes down more than if I'm massively holding it down. So yeah, decrease the fuel consumption for the feathering is what I'd say. What level? Doobie, can you remember what level the cloud cover was on? Actually, that might have also been level 15. You see the white clouds? On the later levels, it's red clouds. I would say give an accessibility option to remove the overlaying clouds, because it does make things hard to see, and to be honest, it's not needed. You don't need that in the game. It just adds another frustration to the player, especially later on, because there's one hovering over a fuel tank on one of the, I'm going to call it the Mars levels, the red levels. And it's very, very hard to see. It's not good. So also, the next thing that we've come up with as a group in the chat, if somebody's going through the game, it's going to take them an absolute arse age to unlock all the rockets, or any of the rockets, to be honest. Because nobody is going to play this game and get... Oh god, how much is that? 600, 600, 2600... Let's say 4,000 coins. I think that's about the total. No one is going to play this and get 4,000 coins to unlock things as they're going through 60 levels. So here's my suggestion. Have it so that the game unlocks a new rocket every 5 levels, starting from level 10. So, level 10, level 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55. Yeah. I'm halfway through the game and I've only been able to unlock one rocket. And I have actually been going for the coins. So, yeah, I would say have it unlock a rocket. Yeah. So, unlock a rocket every 5 levels, starting from level 10. That's what I would say. Level 10 is a good start with the first rocket, but after level 10, that first rocket gets so unwieldy because you're having to do the movements. So that needs to be looked at. Yeah, exactly. The coins are... well, that brings us on to the next thing for the coins. Have one run power-ups instead. Now, I know this is a big thing which isn't in the game, so that may take a lot of extra coding. But what I was going to suggest is, for the coins, let's say every 20 coins, let's say you could have, or every 10 coins, you could... Yeah, like Doobie's just saying there. A much bigger fuel shield, a fuel gauge, immunity from lasers, maybe you could have a high cost ability, let's say 200, where your rocket cannot, like, it's invulnerable for one level, and you can just bounce off of things like rubber. You know, if people are really struggling, they could buy that to just complete the level, by being invulnerable, like 200 coins. As like the extreme, as an example. And the most important thing, actually two important things here that I'm going to say. I'm going to go on to level 1 just to show you. Right, so level 1, the control, you have movement for the left stick, right? The problem is, pushing up on the left stick and down on the left stick does exactly the same thing. It triggers the propulsion. It shouldn't do that. Only up should be triggering propulsion. See, this is down propulsion, up propulsion. Does exactly the same thing. So disable propulsion when the left stick is going down. I think I just despawned the level. Okay, that was weird. That was a bug. So yeah. Second, yeah. Well, it was a combination, but Entity, yeah. The most important thing in this game is to have a side thrust mechanic. So what do I mean by that? So first off, did you ever play Lunar Lander on Windows Entity? Did you ever play that? If not, I'll have to give you a different example. Okay, right, so in any rocket game ever, there has always been a side thrust, which will, like, whether it's just hydraulic gas or whatever. Now, what you could do is you could implement a hydraulics gauge like you have a fuel gauge, but the problem is, if somebody wants to go sideways, okay, all you have is the rocket tilting to the left or the right and upwards thrust. So if people want to go sideways, is actually going to have them go diagonally. It's impossible to go sideways, right? Like directly sideways without feathering. And if you feather, your fuel gauge goes down extremely quickly, which means for some of the levels, like the top of level 15 for example, or a lot of the, what I'm going to call the Mars levels, the red levels, which I think was level 20 onwards. Yes, level 20 onwards. I'm going to call 20 the Mars levels because they're red background. Okay, that's what I'm calling them. If you have a different internal name, let me know. But the problem with with needing to go sideways is we are having to tilt the rocket and feather. And the problem is that because there's no side thrust, momentum will very, very much carry you into the wall, which means you can't pick up speed to avoid obstacles doing that. So, here's my suggestion. Have a hydraulics gauge that works exactly the same as fuel, or just use the fuel gauge and have thrusters coming out the side of the ship instead, like horizontally on the side of the ship, so it bumps you. Like a thrust from the left pushes you to the right. A thrust from the right pushes you to the left. You know? We really need that in this game because it is genuinely unfun to keep hitting walls and being able to not being able to do a single thing to stop. Because if we try and thrust up, we're going to go upwards into the walls. If we try and go sideways, we can't. It's just going to tilt it, and it's still going to take time for the rocket to adjust. It's just not fun when we're trying to go through horizontal areas. It's just legitimately not fun. I would say left trigger actually. So if I mean, if you are going to have a side boost, I would legitimately. I would just keep it on the left stick, if you're asking me, and just have the side boost come from either the left or the right of the ship, naturally. That's what I would do. And also, level 29, you need a fuel canister on this level, or you need to lower the amount of fuel that feathering takes. Oh, fuck you, game. No, but bumpers are too titchy. Bumpers are too titchy. Although, what you could do is just let people bind the keys to whatever they want, which would be a better solution. Just let people bind the keys to whatever else. So yeah, that's what I would do, Entity, and also that's great. So do you understand what I mean about the side boost? Let me quickly load up Paint, just so I can show you exactly what I mean. Right, so, hang on. Why do I have a big black square here? What the hell? Okay, so let me just get paint on the screen. Hang on. Add window capture. By the way, do not laugh at my drawings. I know I can't draw, okay? I know I can't draw. You don't need to tell me that. Okay, why is this doing a full screen like this? There we go. Right. Oh, sorry. Yep, let's sort that out because that sound is bloody annoying. There we go. Right, so let's say we've got a rocket, okay? Yes, I'm aware that I can't draw. Shut up, leave me alone. Right, so this is our rocket, okay? Okay, so shut it, Doobie. I know I can't draw. So this is our rocket. Currently, we've got a boost coming from here, right? What I'm suggesting, shut it, Doobie. I know what it looks like. Look, would it help if I put windows in the rocket? Hang on. You know what? That's not helped at all, has it? Oh, for fuck's sake. Look, the point that I'm making is... just shut up. I can't draw, okay? The point that I'm making is there needs to be a horizontal thrusts coming from the sides here. So if you have a thrust from the right, it's gonna send you to the left. If you have a thrust from the right, from the left, it's gonna send you to the right. Yes, I'm aware I can't draw. I'm aware that it's a... I get it, you can stop drawing. It's probably good that I can remove the penis rocket, isn't it? But that's what we need by... That's what we need. Shut up, Doobie. I can't draw. I'm aware that I can't draw. I'm a gamer, not an artist, okay? That's why I commission artists for my artwork. Also, random note, devs, if you employ AI artists, you're a cunt. Employ proper artists. Anyway. Yeah, that's basically, we need a side thrust. And there was one other thing. I've told you about the down on the L stick. Oh, yes. The controller dead zone. Okay, so you know we're having to feather the controls very, very gently on the left stick. The game is very, very sensitive. There doesn't seem to be a controller dead zone, or if there isn't a big enough one. Any controller that has drift is going to not be able to play this game. Hall effect joysticks, Hall effect sticks don't get affected by this, but Xbox controllers overall, like Nintendo Switch Joy-Cons, do have a drift issue. And any controller that has drift is not going to be able to play this game currently, with there being seemingly no dead zone for the controls, especially when feathering. So either A, you need to adjust the sensitivity of the movements. Oh no, don't get me wrong. The game is... I'm enjoying the game. But there's these little niggles which are... What's the word I'm looking for? Frustrating. Put it that way. There's a lot of little niggles that I would say need to be polished out, is what I'm trying to say. It's a good game, but there are quite a bit of frustrating... Oh god, that was close. Fuck. And I do think that there is a discrepancy with how much fuel is being used to the movements that is being... what you could do, maybe, is compare fuel to actually distance moved rather than propulsion used. That is something you could also do. how the hell did I just get away with that? How did I just get away with that? That'll do. See, I only just had enough fuel there. So that I do truly think there needs to be an adjustment with how much fuel you start with. For some levels, it seems nearly impossible without, honestly, just going for a risk. Genuinely. Well, easy way to ask. Entity, does every rocket use the same physics? There we go. That's just an easy way. Does every rocket use the same physics? That's the question that we need to hear an answer to. Fucking hell. Alternately, what you could do, and it's just something I've thought of, and I think it's an absolute fantastic idea, you could just have a button which somebody could hold, which so let's say the A button. Yeah. So let's say, as an example, people could hold the A button, which would use fuel, but it would hover the rockets in the place without moving whilst using fuel, just so that they can level out. And I think that's actually a fantastic idea. You use fuel to automatically level yourself out. You could almost like an autopilot, basically. That could be a real help, and it would make such a difference. I genuinely think that could be an amazing improvement. Bollocks. Oh, fuck. I forgot about that. A way to zoom out could be a good idea as well, so people can see where exactly they need to go. Or like the ability to pause and look at the entire map. That could also be a good idea. Oh, fuck off. See, that's what I mean about needing a side shift. Because if you lose control, like on just a turn, you cannot stop it. Because you don't have enough time because of the side thrusts. You just don't have enough time to regain control. Especially on a side shift. God, that was close. I do like how, though, as long as you land on the pad, you can't explode. That's a good thing. Don't change that. Doesn't matter what speed you're going on. As long as you land on the pad, you're safe. I like that. That's helpful. Well, that's very kind of you to say. I have had over an hour playing it now. A little annoyance. But again, I am using feathering, but the amount of fuel I feel has consistently been a problem for me. if you were to ask me directly what you should do about the fuel, I would say increase the base fuel amount by 25%. That's what I would do, because it then gives people a slight option to have a bit more leniency when feathering and being careful. That's what I would do. Increase the fuel capacity. Wait, Jesus Christ. Okay, fuck those coins. I'm not going for those coins. Increase the fuel capacity base amounts by 25%. That's what I would do. See, remember when I said about the laser turning into a wall? The metal girder, that's what I meant. That thing there. Change it with just a big long girder going down the side, instead of the laser on level 28. Just, oh bollocks. That's what I would do. Oh, yeah. Okay, hang on. Let's check a rocket. What have we got? We've got 400. So, okay, Doobie, tell you what, I've got two. Should we have the fat boy, or should we have the long boy? The long boy's going to be a problem, I think, but we could try with the fat boy. I mean, that's the smallest rocket, other than that one there, which looks like a... Honestly, that looks like the Mir space station. The fat boy. Oh god, I hate that. Oh, I hate the physics for this one. I hate that one. That is way too big. It's definitely a fat boy. No! Balls! Okay, you know what? We're going back to the first rocket that I had. Or the first one that I bought. Oh, bollocks. Oh, bollocks. Whilst you're here, Entity, is there anything else you would like to ask about my thoughts for the game so far? Oh, I've just done the exact same thing twice. Oh, that reminds me. Oh, multiple times, especially with that default rocket. Yes, I have wanted to. Yes. For this rocket, can you please check the collision detection at the bottom end of the rocket? Because I swear I've exploded multiple times when I've legitimately not made contact with the environment. So I want you to check, if possible, if you can check the back end of this rocket, basically. I think the hit detection for this rocket might be slightly off with the collision of the actual rocket itself. I could be wrong, I may be mistaken, but when I've been playing, it doesn't feel quite right when I'm hovering near the ground. There's been a couple of bits where I've exploded from hitting something when I'm positive I haven't hit it. Oh, fuck me. We've still got more to go. Get in there, my son. Oh, another thing. The lasers are very, very hard to see on the Mars level. On the red levels. What I was going to suggest is either change the colour of the lasers for each area, or have them in a colour that doesn't clash with any of the sky backgrounds. So I mean, so far I would recommend light green, or you know, like neon green, basically lime in the hex number, because that is easy to see so far on all backgrounds, but red isn't on the Mars levels. It's quite hard to see. That was something I was trying to remember. And that should be just like a super easy fix. Just change the colour of the laser. That shouldn't take long at all. Because it was very, very hard to see them on the red background levels. On the what I'm calling the Mars levels. Oh, Christ, that was close. How the fuck did I get away with that? Oh, I mistimed it. Bottom right of the collider looks a little out, to be fair. So that must have been what it was then. See, it didn't feel quite right when I was playing it, so nice to know it wasn't actually me. I suppose on the bright side, Entity, when you give me these world exclusives, you definitely get feedback. No! Ah! Do you know, I am having fun, but there is a couple of niggly bits that we'll mention that are a little annoying. Oh, shit puffins. I might wait for the patch to before I play it on my main, I think, because I am playing this on my secondary account because I didn't know how hard or easy it was going to be, and I didn't want to risk putting it on my thing. Because that's what I do. It's like, if I'm going to slag something off, I'm going to say why I think it's shit. I'm not just going to slag it off and go no. You know? I mean, do people say I'm perfectly happy to help any dev make their game better, but if I'm going to slag something off, there's a damn good reason why. And it's normally because I want devs to have the best game that they can. No. Up we go. Oh, that was another thing. Is it possible to give us downwards thrust? Oh, fuck me. So like coming from the top of the, or like reverse thrust. Because there was a couple of occasions where it's very, very hard to drop through lasers. Bollocks. That require us to go down. It's very, very hard, like what we're trying to do here. Because it's going to be very, very tight, isn't it? With, like, the landing. And, like, trying to judge it. Maybe with, like, if you can't change, like, if you can't put in a down thrust, then maybe some sort of, hold that thought. Okay, well, that's a bug. Look what's happening there to those two blocks. The blocks are humping each other. That's a bug. That one's an easy fix, though. Just when a horizontal block gets touched, just don't have it change direction. Oh, bollocks. So what I would do for the horizontal blocks to fix that, allow horizontal blocks to travel through other blocks. And if the vertical block, if it's going vertically, it can't travel through, so it goes in the opposite direction. Because I can see what you were trying to do here. I can see what you were trying to do, but obviously it's a little, these blocks are a little buggy with how they work. Oh, shit, puffins. Come on, come on, come on. Up we go. There you go. Oh, I keep misjudging. That's 3 times I've misjudged those fucking lasers. Come on, just go up, you bastard. Thank you. Oh, this is why we need side thrust. Because if you lose control trying to get somewhere too quickly, you're fucked. You can't recover. Which does mean that you have to go slow in all directions. And it's kind of annoying. Oh, fuck me. Look at this level. Okay, we've got fuel up there. Right, let's try and grab that. Okay, this is a big level. Okay, okay. Oh, I put too much thrust. Yeah, but there is a couple of things that do need fixing in this horror. Don't get me wrong, it's a fun game. But there is little niggles which just make the game a little frustrating. More frustrating than it needs to be, anyway. Oh, I'm not going to be able to do this, am I? Come on, come on, come on. Oh, for fuck's sake. Bollocks. I knew I shouldn't have gone for that second laser. Right. Let's wait until those things have turned. Okay. Come on, Dwaggy. You can do it. Oh, that was nice. That was really nice. Alright, just hover to the side. Hover to the side. Come on. There you go. There you go. I think I played that one quite well, actually. I've no idea what level I'm up to. I must be up to like 36 or 7 now. Okay, I was expecting that one to drop. Why didn't it drop? Okay. Okay. Stop. First fucking try, baby. Not counting that one as a try. Can I make a suggestion? Well, I'm going to make another suggestion, Entity, if you're here. Because of how temperamental the feathering is for the rocket, can I make a suggestion that the first, let's say, second of input in the game, the first second for each level, is, no matter what people are pressing, just has the rocket go up until they're in the air. Because it keeps trying to turn just from the feathering, because there's no directional momentum going on the rocket when it's idle. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? Right, it seems like the direction movements happen more when you're taking off. See, it's near impossible to take off completely vertically because there's no momentum fueling the rocket at that moment. I'm not going to get past this, am I? Oh, fuck you, boulder. Yeah, so I'm not saying for any more. I'll say maybe a second until the rocket's spin in the air. Like after first touch of the control on the level is what I'm saying. Also, that gap there, it wouldn't hurt if you widened that gap a little bit either. I'm enjoying myself, though, and I really appreciate you being here as well. As I said, this is, for those who have just come in, this is a world exclusive look at the Xbox version. Oh, bollocks, I'm not going to get past that, am I? This is a world exclusive first look at Pocket Rockets, which comes out on the 8th of August from Entity3 Limited, who, as you can see, is in the chat right now. And we've given him a lot of feedback, so hopefully a lot of it, if not all of it, will be added into the game. Because there are, being completely honest, as I always am, there are a couple of annoyances in the game. That gap being one of them. Holy shit. I knew I was going to explode there as well. Right, okay. If we stay on the start for a few seconds, hopefully that thing above will realign itself. Entity, question. When you restart a level, do the enemies go back to their starting positions, or does it just respawn you without everything resetting? How does it work in game? Oh, that's perfect timing. Oh, how the fuck did I get away with that? No! Bollocks! Oh, I nearly had that as well. Okay, there is a notch as I'm going down there, though, so I can't just drop. Good to know. Yeah, we definitely need more fuel, though. Even like 25% would be enough. Legitimately, it would be enough to make the game a little fairer without forcibly rushing you. So I think with how much the fuel takes when you're feathering, it's a massive difference. I think the suggestion that I mentioned earlier about the A button hover would make such a world of difference. Like when you're waiting for something to come, being able to hover just by pressing a button without having to constantly tap the control. Fuck! Would be so much more useful. It would make the world of difference. Obviously, I'm expecting it to take fuel because you're hovering in midair, so you know you're kind of using propulsion. That's fine, but giving the player a chance to prepare for the next segment by hovering or position setting or whatever you want to call it would be a gigantic help. Oh, that's why we need side thrust. Damn it. Fuck me. Is there any chance you could remove one of those squares from that corner? Because that is a tight fit, even for the smallest rocket. And I don't even think some of the larger rockets would be able to get through that. There's no way in hell that large rocket is going to be able to get through there, like the one that you start with. Absolutely fucking not. There's no way that rocket's going through there. I'm telling you that right now. It's like trying to stick your dick in a nun. It's just not going to happen. Then again, I've been wrong before. Oh, you can't get it over there quick enough, though. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Oh, I did not fucking touch that corner. Absolutely not. I may have touched that. That's it, that's it. Steady up, steady up, steady up, steady up, steady up, steady up, steady up. There we go. Oh, bloody hell. What evil has he got for me now? Oh, you've got to be joking. Are you joking? Holy shit, how the fuck did I skim through that? Right, are those spikes going to fall or am I safe? They're going to fall, aren't they? Yep, I knew it. Oh, that's harsh. That's really harsh. Right, how am I going to do this? The other one's turning in the other direction, so if I do that instead, that'll allow me to go. That's much easier. Okay. Oh, fuck off. I did not touch that. These pink clouds need to piss off. Right, so it's gonna... Okay, they go in a sequence. It's not singular. Okay, so if those are in a sequence, I do need to stand in that middle bit. Wait for them to go over, don't I? Okay. So unlike the other ones that we've had where they've been singular movements, these are sequential. Okay, good to know. Fuck off. Okay. 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 No, you... Not sure I like that. Not sure I like that at all. There seems to be a bug where if you land back on this platform, it takes a lot more thrust before you get off of it again. What I think is happening is that even though you're being held up by the platform after you've made contact, I think the game is still building up negative downwards thrust. If it's doing that, then it's very, very hard to get back off of the platform. You might want to check that. Fuck off. Really? So I need to get it and then get a hard sideways movement. It's very, very hard because you don't have side shift. Or side thrust, whatever. Okay, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. There we go. That's what I was looking for. Right. Okay. Okay. Feather it. Feather it. Oh, okay. Need to be more careful there. Okay. I probably will do this level and I'll probably call it there for the video. So I've gone through over half the levels. Fuck me. Well, I can't wait. Before you go, since I am currently recording, out of all I've said, what, if any, do you plan on implementing from what I've said, just so that people who watch this video know, okay, this is coming. Oh, I was right there. Come on. That was harsh. Damn it. Just let me know when you can hear me, Entity. Okay, my question was, before you go, could you say, if anything, out of everything that I've said, or that we as a chat and group have said, what, if anything, are you intending to implement or change based on our feedback, just so that people who watch this video in future, before any change happens, can expect, okay, this is going to be changed, this is going to happen, basically. Oh, I need another fuel canister. Okay, we need another fuel canister at that level. There's no way I can get round there with full fuel. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. That's impossible. I'm not sure what level this is, actually. Hang on, let's crash and find out. Oh, that's another thing. Allow us to get to this menu. The level fail menu. Okay, so level 42. Level 42, I'd say increase the fuel amount, or give or have a third fuel canister by the end, like at the bottom of that pit or something. I will when I get to 500. I want to try that little green Galaxa one, because that does look fun. Laser sound, solid lasers where sound not required. Make level 15 easier, less fuel loss on tapping stick, lighter laser colours on red levels, drop rocket price, for now fix it to collider. Well, there you go, guys. That's everything that he's willing. So those things that I've said, he's going to be sorting out. And will that be available? Will those first things be available before release dates, like as a day one patch, or will it be coming in the first update? Okay, so he says for release, so that's fantastic news. So on 8th of August, when this game is released, assuming there will be no delays, the dev has just said right there in the chat that those things that we've just said, the laser sound, solid lasers where sound not required, make level 15 easier, less fuel loss on feathering, which is what I'm doing, and lasers going neon green. I would recommend lime green for the lasers, because that's easy to see on, so far, the blue, red, purple backgrounds. I don't know if there's another colour after this. I haven't reached it, but the dev says he's going to sort that out for release, which is 8th of August. So that gives him just over 2 weeks. 2 weeks and 2 days, if my maths is right, for him to get that patch out for day one for people. So it should be quite a bit easier than what I'm actually experiencing here. So yeah, thank you, Entity, for being here. He did say he had to go, but there you go. We've actually had feedback go directly to the dev, and because of the feedback, he's actually going to be sorting that out and that making the game better, which is best for everybody. Alright, let's see if I can get down there once again with this. Okay. Bollocks. Hopefully in a patch after day one, he'll be able to add side thrust, because, oh, this game really needs it. Because it's just so, when you need to go to the side, it is just so unwieldy. It's like a good example I could say. It's like trying to wield a broadsword with 2 fingers. It's just not gonna happen. Bollocks! See what I mean? I am going to get this level done. I don't care how long it fucking takes. I'm going to beat this fucking level. Legitimately, I do not give a fuck how long it takes. I am going to beat this fucking level. I don't care how long it takes. If it takes me an hour, I'm going to beat this fucking level. Bollocks! No. Come on. Oh, grab the fucking fuel. Thank you. Oh, fuck's sake. Really? Okay. That was not a good start. I am going to beat this level. I will sit here all fucking day if I have to beat this level. And this isn't even on my main account. This is just now stubbornness. This is my stubbornness. I am not going to let this fucking level beat me. Absolutely fucking not. There we go. Really? Dwaggy. It's literally like trying to wield a broadsword with 2 fingers. Oh, come on! Right, you know what? I am going to try that green ship. Because that green ship does look promising. Oh, it's got double thrust. Okay. Well, I'm not quite sure why one of them is permanent and one of them isn't. I think that might be a bug. I'm actually confident that that might be a bug. I'm confident that that is a bug. Bollocks. I'll quickly mail that to him and just let him know. I will beat this level. I do not fucking care how long it's going to fucking take. I will beat this level. Although crashing into the floor probably isn't going to help. You could have told me that there was no sound, by the way, in the game. Well, you do now. But it was muted. Ever since the paint display of the rocket penis. Fuck off. You're probably hearing it through the microphone then. Fucking did it, lads. There we go. Right. Just out of curiosity, what was the... Oh, my God. Right. One try at this level. One. Okay. One more try. Okay, no. One more try. One more try. I didn't even need a fuel canister for that one. This is where being able to control moving right is really needed. Like, quickly moving, I mean. Oh, shit puffins. So the problem is, it wants you to stop there, right? But it's because you don't have sidewards thrust. It's very, very hard to go into here and then get enough momentum to get through to get this fuel. because there's no side thrust. If we had side thrust, it would be much easier. Well, it would be fairer. Not even easier, just fairer. It would make sense. Barely worth getting the bloody fuel after that. Fuck! There is this fly that won't get off my screen and it's pissing me off. Right, one more try and then we'll call it. One more try and then we'll call it. Okay, I'm calling it. So yeah, this has been Pocket Rockets. We spent 2 hours of it. We've had the dev in here for like an hour as well. So there's a lot of stuff that's going to be fixed from what we've seen here. But this is the world exclusive first look at Pocket Rockets on Xbox. So yeah, we've done a lot. We've got through what's a third of 60? 40. Yeah, we've got through over 2/3 of the levels. We're nearly at 3/4 of the levels, but I'm tapping out until the game gets a little easier from the changes. I do like the game. I really, really like the game. But it's little niggles like the lack of the side shift, the amount of fuel it takes, all that stuff. It just needs polishing, you know? And like the massively decreased fuel consumption for the feathering is what he's going to do as well, he's mentioned. And that's going to really help. And he's going to disable the thrust on the downstick as well, I think he said as well. So, yes, thank you everybody for watching. This has been Pocket Rockets from Entity3 Limited. It comes out on the 8th of August. And I'll see you soon. Thanks for watching.